Hi.
Hi, fine, thank you.
How are you today?
Sorry?
How are you today?
Oh, fine.
Wonderful.
Very fine, thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, guys, your fourth studio album, The Fourth Dimension, is to be out on September 23. So, can you tell me a bit about the songwriting and production behind this new upcoming album?
Yeah.
Well, after the pandemic or during the pandemic, we started gathering ideas and gradually working on it and meeting up whenever testing allowed us to to be there without any risk, and we recorded. We recorded. Peter and I put down bass and drums in the autumn, and the guitars and vocals came in December and January. So so it's we're closing up on 1 year for when we started recording. So
wonderful. And talking about the album, chill, mind-blowing, heavy metal awesomeness that you have created in this album, beautiful work, each and every song done precisely, and the professionalism is outstanding, and I enjoyed each and every bit of this album. So, as a band, how did you feel about the outcome of this one?
Yeah, you're right. I think the album is very diverse. All the songs are kind of different, and
well, yeah, we had a good feeling about it. I mean, it's usually a good sign then when we enter the mix stages, and Marco, our guitarist and producer, when he sends us mixes, usually after a couple of months, you get sort of tired of hearing the same songs again and again. I think most of us, if not all, had the feeling this time around that the songs were really strong, and we kept on listening to them with pride, and we enjoyed it a lot. So that was a good sign that we felt pretty early on. We felt we had the strongest album yet.
Amazing. And any plans on September 23rd, the day of the release?
Yeah, we're playing in a release concert in Copenhagen on the day of the release, and the day after we're playing in Esbjerg, our hometown. So we got lots of plans for a release weekend.
Wonderful. And any plans of taking Meridian out of Denmark this time, going on a worldwide tour?
Yeah, that would be great.
We would love that.
Yeah. First off, we are going to Scandinavia in October and November. So we have a small tour there in Sweden and Norway and also Denmark. And then hopefully in the next year we'll get further out. We're working on that right now, but nothing is confirmed yet.
I mean, for the gigs here in Denmark, we're pretty much on our own as to getting the gigs booked, because I mean, Peter has done really a lot of work in calling the different cities and trying to put together a package with us and one or two other bands. But it's I mean, there are a lot of small bands or smaller bands in Denmark, so we are many bands who try to get the same gigs or play. So it's somewhat uphill getting jobs in Denmark. So we're really hoping that at some point we'll be able to, for instance, go to Germany, which is a much bigger country, and have a lot of venues, and also I think for me personally, I think that the German metal fans are more into what we do than the Danish fans in general are. So so we hope we can go south. But I mean, we would love to go to other I mean other continents and play, but I mean it's difficult. We've made it difficult for ourselves because we all have jobs and families. Yeah, so it's I mean, if someone could, I mean, if the album sold incredibly well and we could live off playing, we would love to try that out. But I mean, yeah, I think we'll have to start way down the ladder and hope for more jobs in the countries surrounding Denmark and perhaps other places in Europe for a start. But yeah, nothing is planned besides the Scandinavian tour right now, but we are open for, yeah, whatever is possible.
Wonderful. And any merchandise plans for the new album? Anything to go out along with this album this time?
Any what?
Merchandise?
Not at the moment, actually.
We have some ideas but I mean, we'll have to see.
First off, we hope to sell a lot of albums.
Yeah, and I mean, we were a bit unfortunate with the previous album because it came out in 19, right? Yeah, and and then we weren't able to support it with many gigs, so we still have some merch from that album that also has to be sold. So let's see what I mean. That's available. We have shirts and stuff from that, but hopefully we'll also be able to. I mean, the new album is available on streaming, of course, but also on CD and LP. So yeah, that will be available at the release gigs and the gigs in Scandinavia. So hopefully people will buy our stuff.
Wonderful. And on August 26th, you released an amazing video for Stay. So would you like to tell me a bit about the making of this video?
Yeah.
Which one?
The Stay video, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we knew when we were getting to the part of the recording process where we came with a vocal idea, or sorry, lyric ideas, that Lars had written about this. This terrible incident with his father that dropped with his heart stopped and he fell to the floor, and Lars had to revive him and everything, and I mean, it fit perfectly with the song that Martin wrote, the up-tempo song that became Stay, and we knew that it was going to be the third single from the album, and I sort of took it on me to sort of try and find out what should we do. The first video was a video of us being filmed for the song Dreamers, and the second video was Marco, who did a lyric video. So we wanted to do something, or I wanted us to try something else. So I contacted a friend that we have from another band who does some drawings. He can draw on the computer and do great stuff there. And I said to him, I have this idea that we can do some sort of animation or a cartoonish kind of video. And he made 4 really almost terrifying, but really great pictures that fitted the feelings that Lars had on the day and after that day. So we sort of took 4 parts, 4 places in the lyrics, and had Janus, who was the artist, had him sort of make 4 pictures there, and then we had Marco. He has a lot of experience with making videos on his computer, so he sort of did the rest around those 4 pictures with pictures of Lars and his dad from when Lars was an infant and up until recently. So that sort of, I mean, that combined with the lyrics sort of made a really I got the shivers when I saw it for the first time, and I saw it yesterday, and I also got the shivers. So it's I think we felt we had a really I mean, good video for a really strong topic, because I mean, and thankfully Lars's dad survived without any form of injury. So it ended well, but it was I mean, it was really a tough time for Lars. So I'm really I think it's a good idea that he sort of got all that down in the lyric. Yeah.
Amazing. And any plans to come up with more videos from this album?
Not at the moment, but we might come up with something later. But we released 3 singles already, so I don't know. We had to talk to the record company to see if there's room for any more singles.
I think we personally feel that we have other songs that could be really good for using together with a video. So let's see what happens, but not at the moment now.
Gotcha. Something. And the history of the band goes way back to 2005. So how has the journey of music been for you guys so far?
The journey of music?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we started this band 17 years ago, so it's been a long time. We're just doing what we like and what we've always done, and it has to be fun. Of course, you know, there's no money in this, so it has to be fun. And it took us, I think we started 17 years ago, and it took us 10 years to find the right lineup. We had a lot of guitarists come and go, but after we got this, when Marco was the latest, that's actually
15 in 2015,
7 years ago, and it's everything has been fine. It's we're just good friends, and we are having fun when we're together. It's nice.
Wonderful. And you guys chose to make something so amazing. You just chose the pure, awesome heavy metal from the early 80s, and without any flaws. You are doing it perfect in each and every album that you have given us in the last decades of time. So how has the feeling been for you guys to bring something so amazing to give us to the fans around the world?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
We're basically just doing. We're playing what we like to play. We are from the 80s. Of course, and we grew up on that, and that's what we like. Actually that was the plan when we started the band, that we wanted to at least take off from the 80s and see where I go. But and lately on this album we allowed ourselves to do whatever we want. We didn't want to just be a metal band. There's nothing wrong with that, but we wrote, there were songs that were more into hard rock, and we just said, but why not? If it's a good song, we'll just use it. And I think that's why the album is so diverse, because anything goes.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we could have sort of said we could have done some sort of censorship on and said this doesn't fit the rest of the songs. But we've had albums before that were more, I mean, in the same vein. All of the songs, And on this album, it was like Marco came in with Follow Your Heart, which was, I mean, when we heard the riff, it was like, wow, that's really sort of AOR like Journey or something, but it sounded great. And when we all started playing it, it just felt like Meridian. So I think we just dropped the defense around what a typical Meridian album should sound like and just went with the flow.
Yeah, on the last one, I think when we had second best song, we were a little scared that, oh, is this too poppy or something? But this time we said, forget about that.
Yeah.
We just do. And actually, when I remember when we started, I have a big archive of all the riffs and ideas and stuff. And when I went through that, one of the first that really struck me was the one that ended up being "Say That You Want Me," which is not metal at all. And I just thought that sounds really great, and we need to do that. So yeah, that was actually maybe one of the first songs written for the album.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, anything goes on this album, and hopefully people will listen to it and won't get confused. I mean, we've had a reviewer who said, after song number 4, I completely forgot. I completely stopped trying to put them in boxes and just enjoyed the rest of the album, because he could feel that we went many different places with the songs. And I mean, hopefully it shines through that we had a really fun time recording these songs. It just felt, for the first time, it felt great from start to finish. There's not a single song on there that is not supposed to be there. It's all supposed to be there. So yeah, so it feels right. I mean, we really enjoyed ourselves, and I think that can be heard on the album.
Wonderful. And would you like to share some of the big moments that has happened over the years to you guys?
Big moments.
Well, getting the first record contract, I mean, for releasing the first album was that was great. I mean, that's special, of course, but
yeah, and we played a big festival in our hometown.
Yeah,
and one thing I think last year, after the pandemic, after the lockdown, we played a festival in Copenhagen on the first day. After the first day, it was possible to do concerts, and we would.
People were still sitting down.
Yeah, they were still sitting down, and masks and stuff. But it was so great for everybody. Was so excited to finally be able to do this again. So so it was really a special night. Yeah, and also we hadn't played live for 1.5 years or something. So
yeah, we were hungry for
some energy. Yeah, it was a great night.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, recently one of the greatest moments for us is to find out that I mean the streaming of the new singles are going really great. I mean, just on Spotify alone, we've had a really many different listeners, and I mean, if we can use those numbers to measure anything, I think it's looking really good for getting new fans in the fold. So yeah, I think we've struck a chord with people who like melodic metal. So so hopefully they'll support and buy the album when it's released.
Absolutely amazing. And guys, finally, what would be the message that you want to give to the fans around the world?
We hope we can come and play for you sometime, but
yeah, give the new album a listen, and hopefully we hope you like it. There's a lot of different stuff, and there should be something for everybody.
Yeah, and hopefully I have a hope that many if not the most part of our fans, are like we are, enjoying the different kinds of everything from hard rock to heavy metal to almost power metal or whatever. I mean, that they have a broad mind and can take in all the songs, because even though it's a diverse album, for me it's a body of work that fits together in some way, even though it's many different kinds of songs. They belong together on this album. So yeah.
Amazing, amazing. And I want to thank you both for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have you guys on this interview. A real pleasure to have you guys. And thank you so much for giving us metal fraternity around the world. Amazing music over the years. And thanks to you for this amazing album, The Fourth Dimension, this year. A great album. Each and every song perfectly done, as I told earlier. So thank you so much for this. And looking forward to see you guys on the road real soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you
very
for
much.
having us.
My pleasure. And you guys have a great evening out there. Take care of yourselves.
You too.
You too, yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.